let everybody know, so you your prospects, the people who you're got on the product, your customers, people who are on their weight loss journey. Go ahead and send them a text message, going to remind them, let them know we're getting ready to get this thing off on the road, get the show on the road. All right. On this side here. All right. Send out a couple of text messages myself. Got a couple of prospects I want to invite here. Okay, guys. So definitely excited about what's going on again. Uh, Inching closer and closer to September 12th. Yeah, that's our launch date, the official launch date for the Origin Company, and a lot of really good you know things happen over the weekend. And just more and more social proof that we're in the right place. With the right product. You know, uh, a lot of people are now starting to reach out to a lot of people who are consistently posting, people who are consistently putting videos out there, consistently making phone calls. Because people now are starting to see that you know it's only going to be more and more drugs out there on the market when it comes to the Ozempic type drugs, and they're looking at all of the newcomings, all the new found feedback. When it comes to people who are using those drugs, a lot of the feedback is negative, and so people are really excited about us having something brand new, and that's all natural, and that they can utilize. Even with the doctors and things like that, a lot of them are really leaning toward diversifying, and they are a lot more open to this product than I've seen them be open to, uh, all natural nutraceutical type products in the past. So I'm excited about that. Really, really excited about that. New customers. I got a couple of new business partners this weekend. Get started, and after the call that I did with Dr. Thornton yesterday, we got a couple of people who I'm going to be following up with today. Based on what they've seen. So making sure that we put you guys in a really good position to go out here and make some things happen. We have obviously the team event tonight, which is exposing team, the company, and the product tonight at 7. Tuesday night we have our own team launch call. That's going to be at 7 as well on Tuesday night. Wednesday night we have a uh, we're going to have a a call when it comes to you know testimonials and stuff like that, kind of like a product type call. And then Thursday night we'll have a call with a doc and myself. This time I'll be interviewing him to make sure I get all the goods when it comes to what this product is doing for people, and what it could do for your the prospects. So you're ready to load that call up with a lot of customers and people who want who may are considering to be customers. Allow that load those two calls up Wednesday and Thursday. Uh, so those are kind of what's been happening with this weekend. Again, getting the customers, getting the business partners, and continuing to make sure we have an educated audience. So going forward, educated team as well. So we'll open up the lines, for the walk and talk call, guys. And again, definitely want to hear, your testimonials, your reflections. Want to hear your wins, what you got going on, and let's go ahead and open up, kick this money off kick this money off with some good testimonials and your steps. So steps first, then what your testimonies are. Who's first?
I'll go first. This is
Come on.
Amanda. I got
Amen.
10,426 steps last night. I didn't get into 9 coming from North Carolina in that bad storm. But when I got home, I made sure I got the rest of my steps because I was at 7,000. So I came
Mm-hmm.
home and walked until I reached that goal.
Talk
I
about.
did have a good weekend. I had the event on Friday, me and Kathy. We inspired people and get educated them on the product, sold some product. And Saturday, went to North Carolina, take my granddaughter back to college, met people at the hotel, educated them, gave them my card, gonna follow up with them. I wrote down all the names. And Sunday on our way back, I still was educating people and talking about the product. And got some follow ups for that too. So I'm just keep talking. That's all I can do. Keep talking. Keep
Yeah,
trying. So that's all I
there
have.
you go. No problem. And keep on and keep talking. I'm gonna tell you because when you look at the talking aspect, as long as you have somebody to talk to, you're evolving. You're getting better. Plus, you know what I mean, that you have people that you're putting in your pipeline, people who you're piquing their interest, people who, get a chance to watch you, follow you, people who, and they will. Like I said, those conversations are are going to come and pay you one day, directly or indirectly. Those people either they come join you in business, or they'll come join you as a customer, or they'll refer some people to you at some point. As long as they see that you're forever talking about this product and that they can see that, you put yourself in a position where, that talking is going to pay off. Like I said, watch your conversation evolve and watch how people uh start to call you back over and over and over again. So congratulations, great weekend. You saw Mrs. Bean last night. She was sitting there, we were watching TV. She said, "Oh, I need 3,000 steps to get to my 10,000." And so she got up. It said it was like 9 o'clock, something like that, and started walking. And so she made sure she got her last 3,000 in so she can have her 10,000. So y'all committed. I like that. Keep on doing your thing. Stay committed. Who's next?
Great morning, Mr. Bean. Latoya Landry here.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, it's funny that you mentioned Mrs. Bean. We were on the phone as we crossed that finish line last night.
Yeah, she told me she came back. She said, "Yeah, man, saw you was out here walking and talking at the same time. That y'all had your own little mini walk and talk last night, finishing off y'all
Absolutely.
steps." I thought that was so cute. I said, "Look at this."
Absolutely. That is funny. But yes, I appreciate my leadership. Who is out there, what leadership is out there in the trenches with the front line. Like, it is amazing that she was willing to do that. But she had called me. It was more than just that. It was just to check in and make sure that I had been qualified for the lifestyle bonus and just kind of coaching and mentoring me through as we're crossing the 10,000 step finish line. So it was awesome. I appreciate what you guys do. I was just explaining to her as well that, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. When it comes to leadership and business, um, there's just, this is the cream of the crop. You guys are second to none. So I've been here for this long and I'm not going anywhere. So whatever you guys did to, gain that attention, and I am here, Mr. Bean. I'm here for it.
I'm talking
So I
about.
just appreciate, I know a good thing when I have it, and I know how to keep it if I lose it, or get it back if I lose it. So I also wanted to mention, sir, that the AI certification is amazing. I'm really excited about finishing these modules. I'm just about done with the beginner module. And
Mhm.
it's just really, it's really easy to follow. I love that at the end of these modules, I get to be AI certified with an accreditation. That is amazing. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you so much for allowing me to share, Mr. Bean. I'm going back on mute.
No problem. What two things when you look at how this call actually got started, it was me, literally having a conversation with Gerald. All right, so we look at us, Jerry. I mean, with me and Jerry, and so we had this call on January 5th, but he and I were just talking and talking and talking, and next thing you know, an hour went by because I was communicating. I was getting in a counseling session. I just happened to be walking in the neighborhood doing it. Hour went by, looked at my watch, had 7,500 steps, and I said, "This is what I need to be doing every day." counseling every day and coaching every day in the morning at this time while I'm walking, and basically killing two birds with one stone. And then now you have walk and talk, the invention of walk and talk. So just telling you guys, when you have people, you out making your phone calls. If you want to do some follow-up calls, you walk and talk, right? Walk and talk at the time you following up and just letting people know, hey, I'm just checking on you. Out here taking my steps, the $10,000 steps a day challenge. Just checking to see how you're doing, seeing what you think about that product, what you like best about the product, what you feel about the product, and or whatever it is. You're having your follow-up conversations with people about AI, whatever it is, right? Have people, follow-up conversations with people about coming on board. It don't matter, but you're doing it while you're taking your steps, more steps. Okay, so just be creative and make things happen. I'm always walking also when I'm in the house, moving around on the phone, and making sure I'm conscious of not sitting down while I'm talking. If it doesn't require me to be in front of a computer, I'm going to move around, get those steps in, get up, and be mobile. Right. The second thing is that I'm glad that you are taking the AI certification. I'm glad that you're appreciating the modules. And guys, I'm telling you, if you are a part of SMB, uh, go ahead and start, doing that. Go ahead and start plugging into that and getting that information fast and taking and getting through those modules so you get your accreditation. All right. Your certification accreditation. That's very, very key, very, very crucial, very, very important. Okay. And so now that that's functioning, that's going to be ramped back up because the numbers for AI, those things don't change. We've got distracted a little bit, which is a good distraction with the health and wellness, but you got to make sure you got that dual-edged sword. You got AI on one side, and you got original on the other. So appreciate you, Toy, and I'm glad you brought that up. That's definitely one of the things that I wanted to mention this morning. So since you did it, that was a really good segue and intro into it. All right, who's next?
Well, I'm going through the certification as well. This is Leroy here. I'm going
Hey,
through the
Leroy, good morning.
certification. Yeah, I'm going through the certification as well, and it's a big help for me because I really didn't want to do anything, didn't want to create anything until I could grasp a perception of AI from the platform's point of view. So I'm into the beginner's module as well. And going through the exercises, I make sure that whatever I am to do in those exercises, that they are true application that I can, once I learn it, I can get up and use it immediately. So I'm running a little slow on a slower pace, but I'm digesting a lot with it. So that has really helped me. I just wanted to add to that as well. And the
Mhm.
other thing there is that at my age, I do Tai Chi Chair. It's a modified thing with some other exercises as well. I
Uh-huh.
went, I approached Chat GPT about it and so forth, and basically told him what my movements were each day and my average steps and so forth. And using the voice side of it, and it said, well, that's great. That is great at your age, you're doing that number of steps a day, and you're also exercising for 1 hour a day as well. And I said, well, yeah, that's true. I want to know in terms of the motion, how do you equate that to steps? That was the purpose of me asking.
Okay.
And uh, the feedback that I got is that with that 1 hour of Tai Chi and everything that I'm doing here, that equates to like another 2,500 steps. And I was appraised for exercising that long at my age. Nothing to it.
Mm.
Um, but I was appraised for it. So that's another 2,500 steps. I haven't taken any advantage of that. Just wanted to know how you felt about that. And thank you, Latoya, for bringing up AI as well. It's good to know that we're all on the same accord with respect to AI because it's really helping me. Thank you.
No problem. And so a couple of different things. So well, first of all, you're not going slow. You're pacing yourself, to where you can consume the information, right? And so, like in the military, we have people who we are all taught how to inhale our food, basically eat it now and taste it later, right? And that's not the best for your digestive system, and that do the best for your body. But when you look at information, it's the same thing. You have people who consume information extremely fast and learn nothing. Okay? And so when you do it methodically, you take it in bit by bit, bite by bite, you savor the information, and you have a stronger retention of it, acknowledgement of it, and you actually have a better grasp of it and understanding of it. And so continue to do it at your speed, which is the proper speed for you. Now, when it comes to the steps, what I do is I like to keep my steps, my physical strengthening and things like that separate, because I want to make sure that when I look at my steps, I want to see nothing but steps. I want to see true steps. And so, like, I do 4 to 5 days a week of exercising, a lot of different exercises, and a lot of that also has some superset cardio in it. But I keep that separate as well. When it comes to I wouldn't try to convert it to steps. But I want to make sure that if I'm shooting for 10,000 steps, if that's my goal, I want to see 10,000 steps. It's cool to know what the equivalent is, but the equivalent on one hand, but if you're taking 2,500 steps away from your 5,000 or 7,000 or 10,000, then again, you're taking away from your goal to actually take those steps. And so, but no, like I said, knowing what the equivalent is one thing, but I would like to make sure you continue to take the steps and keep them separate, because those are separate accolades. The cardio is one part, and the Tai Chi chair is a whole entirely different part. And when you actually have those accolades separated, it's even more impressive. So, we'll keep on doing what you're doing, Mr. Leroy. Excited for you. And I'm telling y'all, he out here getting it in. And like he says, like at his age. So, I'm just telling you, you're doing a great job.
You better move.
Yeah,
At
they
my
moving.
age, you better move. I'm telling you, it's
Yes, sir.
it's just a wonder. I am
Mhm.
so pleased with myself in terms of my activity and always trying to learn. I'm not going to be a consultant in AI. I'm not going to walk into anyone's office. It's for my own edification. I do want to have that working knowledge. So if I'm marketing the product, I can at least talk the jargon with people. And so that's my whole objective. But
There you go.
someone, in terms of referrals, they're going to get everyone that needs a consultant within their office. If I have a person on my team, or if I do not, I'm going to reach out to people that don't mind taking a referral. Maybe
There you go.
75-25. They can do the work. Give me 25% of the referral. That's all.
There you go. That's the plan, and that's the thing. Being creative enough to actually have a plan that's functional for you. And some
Yeah.
people just like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and work." Like I say, you just say, but I can become a referral resource and make sure I get something out of the deal. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. All right, that's what I'm talking about, guys. I appreciate that your contributions, one, Ms. Leroy. All right, who's
Okay.
next?
Roberta
Sir.
from Florida. Good morning, everyone. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Roberta. Good
Hey,
morning.
I have no idea how many steps I took this whole weekend because I was in Chicago and we walked the whole city both days. So I feel like but I got on the scale this morning. I lost 0.8 of a pound, and I ate everywhere in Chicago. But I had my drops, honey. I had my drops. I am very interested. I did a few follow-ups this weekend in between the little time I had. I did some follow-up. My first retail customer from the week before she's loving the products, and she's, she's kind of reserved, so she's not going to be all, "Ah." And I'm really excited that she's getting the results. And she said that she would take it from there for us to her taking the products. And I think she's probably going to be a business partner at some time in the near future. So I'm excited about that. I do have a question about how can I access this AI course?
Okay, I got you. When we get, matter of fact, send me a message after it's over with, and I'll share that information with you, all right?
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't have much more to add. I'm still asleep right now.
But that's all good. Like I said, you would have recovering. I'm glad you had a great weekend. I'm glad you was moving around. And when y'all, this is the thing though. Remember, in your challenges, your 100-day challenges, well, part of the disciplines is even when you're on a cruise, even when you're moving around, screenshot those steps. All right. Don't get to the point to where, you forget the little things. Like I said, if you're looking at that watch, at some point in time, you got 5,000 steps, 7,000 steps, take a screenshot, you know, and if you remember by the end of the night, you end up at 10,000, take another screenshot, but, or take another picture. But make sure that you don't let your customers down. Make sure you don't let your teammates down, but also make sure you don't let yourself down, because you want to make sure that even though you took a lot of steps this weekend, guys, and this is not going to be the first time. Some of you guys actually, did it as well. This is just the first time someone's transparent about it and mentioned it. Make sure that you don't let what's going on in your life distract you from your responsibilities. All right. And
I
so
want,
go
can I
ahead.
say this? So this is the deal. This is why I don't know. It's because I forgot my Fitbit charger at home.
Okay. All
And it
right.
went dead. So
Yeah, there you
I
go.
didn't, so that's,
That
I
that that
just said,
information. That's that information. See, that's what I'm talking
yeah.
about. So we got that information. All right. So yeah, that's good. Now that you good. You good on that part. All right. But yeah, but I'm just telling you, it happens a lot. Right. And so let's make sure that we are conscious, because it still needs to be talked about. Make sure we are conscious even in the midst of what we got going on, our partying, traveling, everything we're gonna be doing. Make sure we still prioritize the responsibilities. Okay. That's one of those things where you can now you're now setting the example for the people who are coming behind you. Because what happens is now when you behave casually, and like I said, somebody's just thinking, oh, well, yeah, I'm out having a good time. I'm allowed to forget. Yeah, no, not really, right? Because every mistake you make costs you $1,000, and you don't know it yet. Right. So I tell people, when I say tens of thousands of dollars, you don't know it, because when you make hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's when you see the mistakes that cost you tens of thousands of dollars. And I've been there, made those mistakes, right? And I can tell people from experience, the little casual mistakes that you make, or little casual habits that you have, that that self-sabotage your success, they don't look as important as they appear in your bank account, right? In your back office, right? And your sales and your marketing team, you know. And so we'll make sure we stay on purpose 100% of the time, because those 100 days, remember, when you stop and you don't do something that you're supposed to do based on the fact that you just chose not to do it, you have to start it all over again. You got to reset, right? Just skip a day. It's okay. All right. Well, it's day 23. I messed up day 25 and 26, 27. You know, let's just go ahead and keep it going day 28. No, the way you're supposed to do it, right? If you're on point with yourself, on one with yourself, and you're serious about it, you're supposed to reset it and start all over again. Yeah. And if you talk to yourself that in that manner, you'd be a whole lot more on purpose with it, because you would want to start over again. Like when you look at the Sermon on the Mount, and the strangest secret by Earl Nightingale, they talked about establishing that those new habits, and creating the air of everything is possible as opposed to impossible. Basically, whatever you write on the back of that index card and that exercise he talked about, and you start doing on a daily basis, and you basically say, I'm gonna do it for 20, 21 days. When you do it and you get to day 19 and you don't do it, yeah, you don't just say, okay, yeah, I just missed the day. I'll keep it going. No, he tells you, you start all over again because that's how you create discipline in yourself. That's how you create the internal character in yourself that you can you can actually respect. But that's also how you build up your self-esteem to the point to where you will be the only person who will know that lie, and that will be a big enough lie to derail your whole entire uh, financial future. You know, when it comes to becoming being that person, a seven-figure person, you'll be stuck at a five-figure person or a six-figure person because you made a 4 or 5 figure mistake, and so or 4 or 5 figure decision. Okay, so let's make sure we are on point and on purpose with this process the whole way, eating, the way we're taking our product, where we promote the product, and everything. All right, appreciate you. Thank you very much for sharing this morning. All right, who's next?
Is MP detailed?
Morning,
Dallas.
P. Good morning.
Morning. Yeah, first of all, yeah, if you can send me that AI as well, I would really appreciate it. I'd like to look into that. And yeah, got my yeah, so we're working on getting these steps in. I got 53 in. I don't know. I've got to really look at my app and try to see where I need to take a picture of it because at 12 o'clock at midnight, it flipped over and went up to a different stepping. So I'm actually got this tracking watch. So I'm definitely going to be hitting that 10,000 a day. You really got me motivated on that because, you know, it's really cool. It's outside this business that the awesome success and the people that are going to be great about this business and getting their health back, just this exercise of 10,000 steps. And so, and I say all that to say is because I got a 4-year-old and, you know, it's almost time for her to go to bed and I'm looking at my steps and I'm like, you know, I don't have that many steps and I got a pretty good sized house. And my daughter, you know, I've been on calls and all this kind of stuff all day long. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take a break. And we, you know, for about 20, 30 minutes. And that's all we did. We did little exercises in the house. We ran here and just, we did the monkey squats and we just did different things and just did a lot of fun. So it's just like, it's something that it actually brings me closer to my daughter as a single dad. But it also shows that I'm active instead of just sitting on the couch because, man, it's so easy to do that. And it's so easy not to do that, getting up and just walking. So definitely want to express that. Thank you for the 3-way call yesterday. I had a PBR here at my house. You know, wow, I got one guest. That's awesome. So, you know, I got a couple people that are going to reschedule and things of that nature. And he's really excited. I've been knowing this cat for over 14 years, goes back in the coffee days and other things that we did in the past. And he's one of those people that didn't want to do network marketing. And you know, you had a 3-way call with him and Ken, and we're excited to get him started and everything. Got a few follow-ups today. Actually, he's going to be joining with me today. We're going to be mapping out 10. My goal is 10 chiropractors, coaches, we're going to be hitting them up 10 businesses a day for the next 5 days for the rest of this week, for the rest of this month. So, I mean, you're talking about 10 times 5, that's 50 different businesses. And you don't think we can't get at least 2 or 3 customers out of that, if not more. So I'm super excited about that. You know, we're going to be doing videos. We're going to be doing out there and just talking to people and just finding out the buzz of everybody talking about GLP and really just engaging with other people. And it's just the name of the game. Just talk to everyone. I talk to everyone. I have cards with me all the time. I go to the grocery store. I hand them out on the way out. I put them on cars on the way out. I don't even care. I want everybody to know. If they call me, great. If they don't, no worries. But you know what? It's just about exposure, doing my videos, getting everything done. So super excited about that. Like I said, I already got my ticket for Orlando. Everything's set. So now it's just time to keep growing the business. And man, it's super excited and really appreciate this and appreciate this this challenge, man. It's bringing me closer to my 4-year-old, and it's really bringing me a lot of excitement. I feel a lot of joy in my heart this morning, and I appreciate you for that.
No problem, no problem at all. And I'm glad that you got to think about what's happening right now. You have a natural product, that's helping you with your stomach, help you with your gut health, which is why you came here to begin with. All right. And, at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. Being around here, taking care of your life, taking care of your body, taking care of your health, because, bro, if you're not here, who raises your daughter? Okay. If you're incapacitated, who raises your daughter? Right. And so when you look at this product is doing more, for you than just, making sure you're healthy, and making sure she has a father. Right. And so when you're talking to people, that's something that you might want to, speak with that conviction, with that in your spirit, knowing that, you know, there's somebody out there who can connect with you on that level. There's a single mother out there, a single father out there, who is not feeling so good, who needs to be healthier, who needs to be around. It's a whole nother conversation to be had, right? But yeah, no, when you integrate the kids into the exercises and everything else, like me taking my sons to the gym this summer, you know, that was for me, that was a blast because coming from a sedentary place where I wasn't really moving, that much because I was behind a desk all the time and on the couch all the time, with my laptop and everything, as I picked up all that weight. My sons, they were active, but they were active without me. They were active, I was inactive. And when I got active, that's when, our connections, started getting stronger because we had things in common now at this point, and so guys, get your family involved. And I'm telling you, get families to get their families involved because when you have people like, Tim, and Tim, when they were in DC, had a cousin walking with him one morning. She was like, hold on, I'm gonna walk with y'all. That's a beautiful thing. See JD and his wife walking together. My wife get me up on the weekend. She knows it's my rest weekend. Like, man, look, I don't be doing nothing on the weekend. I'll be doing my thing. But hey, babe, say, look, I'm gonna need you to come out here with me. You be walking and talking with everybody else. I need you to walk and talk with me. All right, so we had some great conversations. What I mean, when we out walking and talking. And so this is a great for those of you who have that age-old problem of your spouse not wanting to have nothing to do with your network marketing company. Hey, that's fine. Okay, take the product and walk with me. All right, take the product, walk with me. Take the product, walk with me. Or just take the product, or just walk with me. One or two, if not both. Okay, and I'm telling you that way they can participate indirectly, and you get that bonding moment along with that, testimonial that they have, and that's what's going to bring them to the point to where, they may one day join you in your crusade, right? But let this thing do what it do. Let this thing work on you. Let it work on people around you, and everything else that happens, organically. It's a benefit. It's extra. Okay. So appreciate you, Mike. Congratulations on Ken. It was great talking to him yesterday. Look forward to working with him. All right, keep it up. And let me know how those businesses go when you guys go into those businesses every day. Hit me up at the end of every day with a text message or something. Kind of let me know how it went. All right.
Yes, sir. We
All
got a list and everything like that. So I'm going to old school because I've been noticing that technology for me is like putting it in the phone. Sometimes we forget about appointments and things of that nature. I'm putting it on. I'm doing old school. I'm putting it on notebook so I can actually write down, highlight, mark it, put smiley faces on it, whatever I need to do to make sure that I'm actually getting out this name. So definitely appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I print all my lists out. I do print all my lists out because
Okay.
when it comes to those lists, on the phone and everything else, yeah, you can't, if out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? And so if I have it in my hand, I have it tangible, I'm writing on it, I'm looking at it, I'm studying it, it's just it helps me, and some people, they can look at computers, and it helps them. But I like to have a mind in my hands. So when I'm walking around the house and I'm on the phone, I'm looking at it, let me know who I need to call. I can readily update it, right? It's tangible. And remember, you remember 80% of what you wrote down. So that's a huge deal for retention information. So when you're having these conversations with yourself, you kind of recollect the information a lot sooner than you would if you were just typing it down, right? So great job. All right, who's next?
Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Thank you
bro.
very much for this walk and talk. And I am actually walking and talking this morning as I prepare for surgery in a couple of hours. So, at any rate, yesterday I only had like 2,100 steps. I think yesterday my body just needed rest. And
Hmm.
Saturday I got over 10,000 steps. It was a
There you go.
quieter week last week, but I still got over 80,000 steps in. No, was it over 80,000 steps? Whatever. Maybe 60, 52,000 steps, whatever it was last week. So thank you so much for allowing me to share. I've had some really good follow-ups this weekend, and I'm going to go back on mute. Thank you.
No problem. So now think about it. Like I said, when you have your steps, for the most part, most people are having the biggest, the most steps, that they've had in a week, ever. And every week is becoming their best week. And that's what you want to do, guys. Remember, this is all about evolution. And I'm going to just say right now, especially going into surgery, what you're praying for, you having a successful surgery, and if you come out clean with a clean bill of health, guys, walking and exercising, being healthier, going into those things, giving your heart, the ability to pump blood and circulate properly, right? You want that, right? I'm just saying that helps out a whole lot, right? It helps out more than most people know, So when you're out here, you're healthier, and your arteries and veins not clogged, right? And you're out here, at a smaller weight, and they can get to where they need to get to because they don't have to move a whole lot around, right? Just telling you guys that makes the world. It can be a life or death, situation, right? And so again, let's keep that. Let's keep the in our minds and understand that I have the if it's not if it's a when type of situation. I know that this body of mine at some point in time, based on how based on aging and deterioration, whatever it is, I may have to have a surgery or something of some sort, or I might come across a situation where you know uh, I really need to be in really good shape and condition, to either avoid it or to at least be in a position where it's going to benefit me when I go through that process. Okay. And then like Laura talks about, I said senior all the time, like it's at some point in time, I'm gonna get to the point to where I'm gonna be at an age where most people will be cared for. And I want to be that person where, you know, when you coming around me, it's not because you have to take care of me. It's because you love me. It's because you want to be with me, not because you have to change my diaper, or you have to, get me in bed and shower me, or, you know, feed me, or, I don't want to be that guy, you know. And so I refuse to be that guy until I have no choice but to be that guy. And so we got to make sure we get past just thinking about just the day with these actions that we're taking. This is, remember, I'm going to determine the quality of life that we have going forward. And so these 100 days, just telling you, we talk about weight loss, but there's always wellness, that wellness side that most people seem to not have as much value for, that long-term health wise. And we need to have more of those conversations and add that into that conversation with them when it comes to weight loss. So appreciate it, Carla. Great weekend. All right. Great week.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Who's next?
Good morning, this is
Mr. Bean.
Leslie.
Leslie. And then we have to let Tim.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll take you after Leslie.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I've been trying to get on, but I got to learn to be a little faster. So right now I'm moving around too. But when I started the journey as far as I'm not doing the 10,000 challenge because if you see me in 900 days, you'll see me, but you won't see me because I'm already small. But when I put in my height, weight, it said that my required steps is 6,000 per day. So I haven't got the 6,000, but I did 5,000 over the weekend.
Mm.
Over
Okay.
5,000. Yeah. So I'm getting the 6,000 a day. I want to share that after the crash camp, making me a mindset on Saturday. I went to an event where I knew some people would be, and I was passing out my flyers. And one young lady I do know, so she said, "You know her?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "Walking marketing billboard." Oh, but she said that. I said, "Boy, I'm a walking marketing billboard." And anyway, after I left that event, I went to another one, and I went to support this young lady who was having a sale. And as I was speaking with her, listen, she said that she's having body pains, aches, and I was telling her about our product, and she had the story. She said, "Oh, I got to have some of that." So I sampled her, and I'm going to follow up with her today so she can become my customer and eventually, maybe a distributor also. But the point is that I'm just being out there exposing. Like I said, I get the 10,000 step, but my goal is to get 10 or more new people per day. That's my goal. So thank you for allowing me to share. I'll go back on you.
There you go. And the cool part about it is it's great to know what the recommended steps are for your body are. Body age, height, weight composition, all that good stuff. It's always great to know that. And that way, you have a floor, a health floor, right, that you can't go under daily. This is your health floor. Right. Now you have your actual floor, once you get 10,000 steps, like your goal when it comes to, the actual 100-day challenge, right? And so when you actually, know that these are conscious things that keeps you motivated, keeps you inspired. And so you say, you know what, first mile marker, before the walk and talk, I might take a couple steps in, if I can, doing the walk and talk, I'm gonna get all my steps in. And now I might knock out 5,000-6,000 steps for doing the walk and talk by myself, just by that alone. And then by the rest of the day, I work on getting to 10,000, And so it's kind of how I break it down: 7,000 before 7 o'clock, 10,000 before 10 o'clock. Those are my goals, for the days, every day, make sure I get to my goal. So I kind of break it down in, to places where I know I can achieve, those mile markers. So, but also, like I said, walking marketing, walking, living, breathing, marketing billboard is what you've always been. And so you always walked through businesses, always went to events, always did your thing. So keep on doing your thing. Listen, excited for you, proud of you. All right. Who's
Yes, sir.
next? Yes, ma'am. Oh, Tim. Go ahead, Tim.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Bean family. How you doing?
Good morning. Fantastic.
Good, good. Yeah, just real quick. Excited about the 10,000 steps. Definitely, I believe, like I said the other day, the consistency doing that, I know it's helping in that, cardio and just, basically overall body wellness, but also taking the product. What I'm noticing myself is that, this we lost good, about 5-6 pounds, but then I felt it plateau because I said, man, I'm not losing weight. But you know what? When I started really looking at myself in the mirror, I'm not staring at myself vain, but just seeing changes that the composition is changing, like the muscle, and I'm like, man, like I'm getting more lean. And then, I start reaching out to other people that have got the products from me and just asking people, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? People say, hey, look, I got more energy, or I have, I don't feel this pain anymore, this, that, the other. So not only my own personal testimony, but also getting testimonies from other people, because people are always asking the first thing, how much weight did you lose? Well, you may not have lost a lot of weight, but maybe your body may have, your composition have changed. So I think that's so important to see what changes your body are making, and then even people that you're giving the product to, and then even ask them what their changes. Be afraid because those are testimonies. And I mean, my niece took it. She said, "Hey, my face broke out, you know, because I'm allergic to this, that, and the other." Oh, okay, well, don't take it anymore, whatever. But the thing is, it's good to know those things because now you have those personal testimonies besides the ones that we see on our testimonial. Turn it back over to you, sir.
Yeah, you know what? Tell you, so that's really good stuff, man. That's why I always give my wife testimonials. You know, I don't know. Hey, look. Well, first of all, my wife has never been an overweight person. You know, and I applauded her for that. Like, hey, babe, you know, for 20 plus years that I've known you, you know, you've always stayed in shape, always kept yourself in good shape. You never had an overweight moment, even after giving birth to the boys. You know, and you know, so for her, it's one of those situations where you know she may have felt like, "Oh, I want to lose a couple pounds here, there, because that's what I want to do, but it wasn't a need." So for her, when she came in, losing 5 pounds in 4 days, that's fantastic. But it wasn't a whole lot after that, you know, because it wasn't a whole lot to lose after that. But those 2 inches in 2 weeks, you know, that moves the needle right there when it comes to women. You know, men as well, but women not as much as women. You know, when you talk about that waistline and talking about moving 2 inches off the waistline, man, that's a testimony. And so that's why I tell you guys, you know, one, before and after scale, before and after pictures, right? Take the measurements, okay? And then obviously, if you can get to the point where you can have a checkup and check your vitals, you know, that'd be great as well. Because these are things that are measurables, all right? And these are things that you track. Like, give me an example. If you don't take a before picture of the scale or a before picture of your body, right? Or you don't have, you know, your starting point, you really don't know, you know, where how far you've come, and you really don't have a testimonial that's going to be impactful. Like I literally just looked down at my watch to see what time it was to find that my watch is dead. I just while you was walking, while you was talking, I literally walked in the room, put it on the charger, and so now I know for a fact I got 6,000 plus steps that I can't even account for today. So that makes me feel some kind of way, right? But I'll know I'm walking steps, I'm taking steps. I know I did some work, but how disappointing is it to look down at my watch, 6,000 steps later, 7,000 steps later to see, you know, no steps at all. So same thing. Please, I'm asking y'all, if y'all serious about this product, and you serious about this challenge, and you serious about going out here and helping people, go get your checkups, get your numbers, go get your vitals. Make sure you're taking a picture of your waistline, take your measurements, right? And take a picture of your body and take a picture of the scale. Because again, you're gonna wake up disappointed one day with resentment and regrets based on the fact that your body, everything started to move and you don't know how much it's moved. And remember, you can't help a whole lot of people like that either. So you need real numbers, actual facts. Okay. So appreciate that, Tim. And yeah, you know, again, a lot of things are happening in people's bodies, guys. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to it. All right, who's next?
Good morning, Mr.
Great
Bean.
morning.
Hey,
Go
Marva,
ahead,
and then
Martha.
Laura.
Good morning, Miss Laura, too. So I just got my thing to figure out that I was using my phone all along. So if you have an iPhone, it may be already tracking your steps, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So check your phone. It might have your steps on it where your watch died.
Yeah, that ain't
So,
working. I don't have iPhones.
oh,
Yeah, we Android, but you knew that though. You knew that though.
I didn't know you were Android. Android phones
Okay.
track steps too.
Okay. All right. Because
So
most people know me. They know I'm anti. You know what I'm saying? I'm one guy holding it down for Androids. You know what I'm saying? So I'll use riding Apple people. Go ahead. Now I'm just messing with you. Go
well, look, I
ahead.
didn't. And I'm that girl. I don't care. You can mess with me. It's always fun. But I just got the thing going to the point where I can figure out the Apple phone, and so where I don't have all the days, like for making my mark, but I do know that the last week I had an average of 5,000. So that gives me a benchmark so that I can just move forward from there and get them in. Yesterday, I went to the mall. I was like, I only have 1,900 steps. So I went in there and I said, oh, I don't feel like walking this mall, but I made it up to 4,900. And, you know, so that's my little steps for yesterday. But today's going to be different. So I'm going to intentionally go to the mall and when I went in there, I didn't realize it was a exercise place in there called Retro Fitness. And I asked him, how many of these do you have? And he said, one. So I said, when is the manager going to be here? She said, well, he comes in, it's at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to get out of here and go over there this morning. I said, because how can I get my product out front here? Because they have products there, you know. People can buy healthy protein bars and things like that. So I'm going to talk to the manager to see when the owner's going to be there and let him know what we're doing and see if he can get on board.
Okay.
All right.
Well, do your thing. Like I said, and also, guys, you know, I appreciate you saying that because a lot of places you can put your product, they're out there, and people are looking for a healthy alternative. People are looking for something that works, and especially gyms, fitness places, you know, they're looking for those places. They just don't know you guys exist. And so when you come with the background that you actually have on your product, the FDA and all the other good stuff that you have on your product, that makes it even better and more credible for them, to put it out there. So you have
So-
less confrontations. I mean, less denials. Let me say that, for lack of a better word. So
would I be able to, should I approach the owner and let him sign up as a distributor?
figure out what's best for him,
Okay.
and so you can say, hey, look, you can catch if you can get access to the owner, that's fantastic, and then just let them know, hey, look, I'd like to put this in there, but then we do have owners who they come on board for free, okay, and the only thing they pay for is the product wholesale that they put in their locations, and so it costs you nothing, right now it costs you nothing to be a distributor, to be a wholesale buyer, and you can stock your shelves with as much as you want. There are no monthly requirements. There are no, threshold, no quantity threshold that you have to meet. You can buy a little bit, test it out, create a display, and see how it moves. We'll give you some literature. We'll give you some conversation to go with it. And you can even create a little AI video describing the product and how great it is and what it's doing. And that way you have like a little looping video, at the station if you want, but yeah. And just that at that point, when you had that conversation with them, it's going to be a whole lot more enticing for them.
Yeah, I have a long way to go for the AI video, but okay.
No, that's all right. They ain't got that long ago. Trust me. It ain't that hard. I promise you.
All
Ain't
right.
that hard at all.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, ma'am. And keep in mind, guys, with the AI videos, you don't have to be in the video. Like this video that I'm about to start making, that I won't be in the video. Some I will, some I won't. But if you don't have, like one of these videos here, you don't have to be in the video at all. You can pretty much have the video include B-roll, and when it comes to all the things that you want to talk about in the actual video. So keep that in mind.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Laura. And Laura,
Hey.
what time is it right now, Laura?
I got 7:55, sir.
Okay, so
Can you hear me?
6:55. Okay, great. 6:55 my time. Okay, perfect. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir. Yes, sir. Well, first of all, Team Android for life, Team Android for life,
Come
and
on
there
with
is
it.
an app on there. There is an app on there that says that can count your steps. So just check it out, sir. But yeah, I'm
Okay.
super excited because I'm back on my treadmill right now here in the low country of South Carolina. For the past 4 days, we've had a superheat advisory, right? Feels like temps of like 110. So outside is out of the question at the moment, unless I live rural, so I have to drive to get to an air conditioned place like Walmart or Lowe's or somewhere like that, or the mall where I can walk around. So whenever I'm out and I'm in these stores, I'm zigzagging up and down the aisles, zigzagging up and down the aisles. So this week, no, not this week, but this past few days, my step count has just barely made it to where I want. My goal on the weekend is 5,000, but during the week is 6 to 7,000. I think Friday I didn't quite make it to 6,000, but yesterday I was determined that I was going to make it to 5,000. And since there's another heat advisory today, I'm on my treadmill this morning because I said, I'm gonna get some of these steps in and then worry about the rest of them the rest of the day. But super excited about the process and the product. So for me, I don't know if I reported, but I have lost 7 inches since starting on the product and 6 pounds. I'm having less pain and more energy. And the thing about the energy is it's like motivational energy. Like I can't even sit around all day anymore. I feel like, wait, I gotta be moving, I gotta be doing something. It's like almost like an addict, like a monkey on my back. I gotta get out here and move. And
Right.
had some had some follow-ups, with some of the folks that I met last week at the ladies' luncheon. And one of the ladies, she's going to the gym. And so, people want to be helpful too. So I asked her about the gym and her gym experience and all of that. And that really engaged her in the conversation. She had some questions about the product. She said, Miss Laura, I got to be honest with you. I haven't taken the product because I thought it would make me go to the bathroom. I said, oh, it's not going to make you go to the bathroom like that. I said, but you are going to detoxify your body when you first start taking it. And she said, so I left it on my desk at work. I said, no worries. No worries. So, you take it. We're going back to work tomorrow because I was talking to her yesterday. You take it and then we'll talk in a couple of days. And so just excited about the follow-ups. Another lady that's interested in becoming part of the business. So I'm looking for a time to set up a 3-way with you and her, with her and you. And also going to an event tomorrow evening. It's a business networking event. So, hey, I'm locked and loaded. So just excited
There you
about
go.
everything that's happening at this point in time. And just keep talking to people because it's coming back. Net 90. Okay, thank you for
Hmm.
allowing me to share. Going back on mute, sir.
Yes, ma'am. And this thing, like, so you have your base, make the $6,000 a week and the 6,000 steps a week, and it's the 5,000 steps a weekend. Your base, okay?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I said those inches, they're gonna compound because everything that you're doing, again, you're getting more consistent with it, more committed with it, and as you're ramping up, as your health will allow, I tell everybody, do what your health will allow, right? And you'll see your health get better. Consistency is very, very important. Consistency is the thing that when you do it every day, it creates that habit. It creates that conditioning, and you're reconditioning yourself. Remember, and I'll leave you guys with this because this is very, very crucial. And when you talk about the 3 phases of change, 1, awareness, 2, acceptance, and 3, conditioning, right? Reconditioning. And so when you look at that awareness, you come to that point where you are fully aware that something needs to happen, something needs to change. You're fully aware that you're overweight. That was me on Christmas, looking at that picture with me and my family, right? The only overweight person in the house, only out of place, out of shape, out of place person in the house physically, right? And literally having a moment saying that is not me. How did I get here? I was aware at that point. I was aware that something has to happen. This 2, you got acceptance. Okay. I accept the fact that it's my fault, period. No excuses. No, it's because, no, it's my responsibility. My health is my responsibility. I'm exactly where I made the appointment to be. My net 90 days prior to that, I was sitting down, I was sedentary, I wasn't working out. 90 days before that, guess what? It was the same exact thing. And so again, I made an appointment to be overweight. I made an appointment to be at 287. All right. And so I accept that. That's my fault. That's my bad. That's my responsibility. Okay. So once you're aware of it, you're conscious that it's something hasn't changed too. You accept it. That means that you're responsible. That means you're owning it. Right. And then the third part, that's the part that gets everybody. The conditioning and reconditioning part. This is where everybody fall off because January 1st, everybody's been waiting for their New Year's resolution because they already and overate on Thanksgiving, overate on Christmas, saying, hey, I'm gonna work out anyway, because I'm overweight. They are aware already that they were overweight. All right. They accepted the fact that it was their responsibility and it was their fault. But January 1st came, they got the membership, they started working out, and January 7th came, they stopped. Okay. Inconsistent. All right. Not conditioning it, the reconditioning process that that reconditions your mindset, your habits, everything that's important. All of that stuff you feel short on. All right. And so that's why this community is so important because it helps with your consistency. It helps with your reconditioning process. It puts you in a position where, not only are you accept this situation, you are accountable for it, right? And so you have accountability partners. And so I'm just telling you that consistency, the daily overall consistency is so crucial. It's so important. People underestimate the value of how important the walk and talk is. I tell you, it was more important than most people understand. And so for people who can wake up and be here every day and walk every day, ride your bike every day, walk on the treadmill every day, walk on the elliptical every day, doing whatever it is that you're doing, working out at the gym every day with these in your beats and on your ears, your earbuds in your ears. I applaud you and I celebrate you in advance because these consistency is the key to reconditioning. Okay, if you show up every day, great things happen and change happens. Okay, you show up every day, you take your product every day, you do your steps every day, whatever it is that you're requiring yourself to do when it comes to reconditioning yourself every day. You do that every day, amazing things happen, transformations happen. Okay, most people again, they fall off at step number 3. Okay, the inconsistency. Right, that's where they at. That's where they lose. That's why they quit. That's why they drop. That's why even though they got a membership at the gym, they quit mid-January and still pay for the gym membership February, March, April, because they still talking themselves, I'm gonna get back in there. I'm gonna get back in there. I'm gonna get back in there. No, then you turn the gym membership off in May or June when you realize you're really not going back. Right. But if you're consistently going, that bill that you paying every month, yeah, that's a very, very small price to pay. And it's very, very valuable. And when I walk in the gym, when I walk out of this house and I go into the gym, I'm gonna be grateful that I have the ability to go to the gym in a different body and at a time where other people can't because some people have a job. And that's one of the work. When I tell you guys about freedom, you have time freedom. Mr. Leroy ain't gotta be nowhere. People who own their own time, people who, are their own bosses, people who work from home or whatever, and they have that type of freedom they don't have to be anywhere. And that's the thing that, again, I'm working on making sure I maintain for the rest of my life, having that type of freedom so I can be there for me when I need to be there for me. There's nothing standing in my way. So make your money and make a difference. Okay, go out here and be consistent in your life and with your products, and you be consistent in your life with your daily activities, your steps. Okay, and continuing to improve that, adding strength trainings to it after a while, after you are committed, after you've been walking for a while, and then like I said, looking forward to your retirement. Be consistent doing the things when it comes to investing, putting money away, Also creating new streams of income where you can invest more into your future so you can buy your way out of your job as well. So, and out of those careers. So with that, Laura, I appreciate you, wrapping us up.
JD. Oops, I'm
Hey,
sorry.
JD, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna go quick. I know I'm out of order for jumping in this late, but I keep trying to push this button. But listen, so yesterday, 16,311 steps. That's not the good part. I had a lady call me from the videos the morning ever. I put the videos out every morning about coming to the walk and talk, coming to the 100-day challenge. She called me, not a lady, one of the senior executives from the Missile Defense Agency called me, and she said, I want that Ignite. JD, come over here and tell me about that. And I went to her house. I sold her a bag. She signed up. But that's not the good part. The good part is this. I told her about the Tri-GLP group, right? So I sat there and I put her in the group. She's scrolling through the group, and guess who she sees? Her classmates. She go, what? She's in this? Oh, she said, well, she got to get on the phone with her classmate. I said, well, you sure do, because she's already probably 3 steps ahead of you, because here's a picture on the GLP group. So I just want to put that out, that GLP group got people in it, like you say, they're not your people. There are people that's out there. She saw her classmate, her friend in the GLP group. So I know I'm out of order, so I'm gonna let it go out. The rest I'll save for another day. All right.
No problem, man. You know what? That's a great. So for somebody who had no good parts, there was a whole lot of great parts. So 16,000 steps, fantastic, brand new business partner, fantastic. But like I said, when you got to the best part was the validation of her seeing her classmate in that group. And like I said, guys, that's why you got to make sure you're posting in the group as well. Like when you get some before and afters, post them. When you finally get them, before and after pictures, post them. When you got your stories, your health stories, post them, because remember, we're using all of the testimonials that was there when we got started, when they only had 16,000 members. Now they have 19,000 members in the group, right? And people are putting more and more testimonials in there every day. Make sure that yours is in there. So when somebody goes through there and they sees yours, you're helping somebody else, get a new customer or get a new business partner. So appreciate JD, appreciate Laura, and appreciate everybody here who contributed to the call today. As we do every day, guys, the goal is to inspire, empower, equip, and make sure you guys are healthier versions of yourself and wealthier versions of yourself. So see you guys tomorrow, same time, same line, more people. Definitely a big impact. All right. Take care, guys.
Y'all
Thank you
have an
so much.
amazing
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you,
Have a
Mr.
great day,
King.
Have a
everyone.
wonderful day,
Everybody.
everyone. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Ready to go, buddy?